Hey there, Lyle Knight. We're here on NBC Sports, and as always, it is Sports Night. I got the usual cast.
Jack Knight.
Todd Schumacher.
Kenny Knight.
Mason Schumacher.
And Teddy Knight.
All right, it's playoff time. For a lot of teams, that means what are we doing this moment? But for tonight, let's talk about the future. You're a GM. You're an expansion team. You can take anybody, and then you got to hit build. Who are you taking?
Well, I think, one pick, fate of the universe on the line. You got to have your franchise quarterback. We want Jordan Love.
Yes, Jordan Love. Wow, that is bold. All right, we'll see how that works. What we got here?
I think just off of first production, what you've seen from him just in this year alone, is CJ Stroud. I think from the start to the finish, it's him all the way.
He had a couple of good games. I'll give you that. He doesn't have the
He
backbone.
broke the record for most completions without a touchdown.
He's got to keep
or
it up.
without an interception.
He's got to keep it up, the young man. No.
And he has that with a first-year head coach.
So I don't think we've seen, maybe since Aaron Rodgers, a quarterback so flawlessly fill in the previous guy. And, maybe even tonight, if they beat the Niners, surpass Aaron Rodgers in his first season as a starter. I mean, this guy, drafted late, he's got a chance to take his team to the NFC Championship.
Jordan Love was. Wait, what?
A first round pick of what year was it again that he was drafted? Because it wasn't last year. We know that. How many years has he been in the league? 7, 8?
He's been growing.
He sat
in the
and he
wings.
grows, and now he's going to win and maybe have a chance at a Lombardi.
Maybe he's gonna win.
After one good game against the Dallas Cowboys, which are the most dysfunctional team in the playoffs.
You could say the same for Houston with their whole team on IR.
They beat the Browns. They scored 45 on them.
Well, however many points you score.
What else can you say about CJ, partner?
I think CJ Stroud could really lead this team. He led the overly good Cleveland Browns team, and I think he could do the same thing against Baltimore. Really.
Not bad. But when you got Jordan Love, he's been in the program. The Packers, they got Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, boom, Jordan Love, third guy in a row, hitting it out of the park. He's your guy of the future. He's got some good receivers around. These receivers are still super young. They're going to grow with him. It's going to be good stuff in Green Bay.
I have to ask, are the Green Bay Packers just another vault for the New York Jets, or have every Packers quarterback in the last 30 years end up going to the New York Jets?
Well, I think that may be a fair point, but I think that, this is different with Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers, he had a lot around him. He had great teams. This year, Jordan Love didn't even have his full cast. Christian Watson missed, I think it was 12, maybe even 13 games with hamstring issues, which he said he's working on. If he gets that figured out, Jordan Love, even if he doesn't succeed tonight, is going to have a full offseason as the unquestioned starter with all that media noise behind him, ready to rock and roll in year 2.
But here's the thing with Jordan Love is that this is his production with his first full year as a starter. What CJ Stroud has done this year has been his first year. This is his first year starting consistently and being better with a younger core.
But is that him or is that Nico Collins and Tank Dell just storming this year and balling out? Is that really CJ or those receivers?
It's CJ all the way.
I mean, one thing, when you talk about Love, he had the 2 years where he didn't play, didn't see the field, shakes off the rust, he comes in and plays. That's great and all. But for a guy like CJ Stroud, that plays at Ohio State, comes in, has the big semi against Georgia, everybody's like, which one are you going to get? Which one are you going to get? He comes in, by week 6, had not only claimed, but had fortified himself as a starter.
And
Not as a third-year guy, not as a second-year guy. This is a true rookie that's only going to get better. What's the age on Mr. Love? 24? 23? CJ can barely buy a beer. I mean, this is a kid that's going to grow. He's going to do. And, like you're talking about stuff, Jordan Love tick tock, next contract's coming up, and what happens to a team when the quarterback gets his second contract? It tanks.
No, sir, not with he's going to be. You know what? Hold my beer. Watch my career. I'm going to the moon.
We'll see.
I know if there's one thing we can all agree on, though, I think we're all pretty hyped for these games tonight. The Packers and the Texans both in action today. Now let's move it over to the NBA. Same topic. Who do you want, young guy, to lead your squad?
Okay, I'll go first. If I had to pick a 3-pointer to save humanity, I would pick the Oklahoma City Thunder legend in 10 years, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, he's kind of sat in his career and kind of really done nothing for the last, kind of 3-4 years he's been in the league. Scoot Henderson, a rookie, already dominating.
Scoot Henderson. He is the future of the Blazers. He's the future of the Western Conference, and I think the future of the league.
What's his shooting percentage?
Since he had a little rough start, I'll give you that there, Mason.
Okay.
But the last month, he's came on, whether it's in the starting lineup or coming off the bench into the rotation, he has boosted his shooting percentage and his all-around leadership on the floor, and he's proving to the league that he's the
But is
future
that helping them
point
win
guard.
games?
What's that?
But is that helping them win games though? Is that overall boost? Is that helping them?
It will translate. It will translate into wins.
And we're gonna put a pin in that one because that's gonna be something that a lot of us got a lot more to say on it. But unfortunately, advertisers got to get paid still. So we're gonna wrap this one up. We're gonna send it back to the studio. Thanks so much for Jack,
Todd, thank you.
County?
Mason?
That's at it.
and that's it for Sports Night here in Philly. Let's go Flyers! Beat those Avs!